that standard. So what we're seeing here is a president who has been clear about his concerns with South Africa, and the State Department has acted on that, and the refugees that we saw met the standard in statute for refugees.
The standard.
So we are very clear about that. So we will be carrying forward a South African message, and we are very, very strong on that, and robust as well.
What is happening to white South Africans?
Well, the president has been very clear, the concerns that he has in terms of South Africa. He has expressed those publicly and often. When it comes to temporary protected status, I refer you to DHS. That was always meant as a temporary program, a temporary benefit, but I refer you to DHS for more questions on that. Again, when it comes to the new arrivals that we saw, what we saw was a president who identified a priority that we fulfilled here at the State Department. And what's also clear is that the refugees that arrived met the same standard that is across the board for refugees. They met that standard. So what we're seeing...
We all know as South Africans, both black and white, that there's no genocide here. We are not genociders. We are not committing any act of hatred, act of retribution against or violence against anyone who is a citizen, even if they are not citizens of our country. We are not made that way. So we will obviously, if this matter comes up, we will make that extremely clear. Every South African knows and agrees that there's no genocide.
SIV front, SIV interviews continue. That process continues. What we have seen, again, is a president being very clear about concerns he has regarding South Africa and the treatment of Afrikaners in South Africa. And this,
or is it all anecdotal from advisors?
Well, this has been a concern that the president's had for a very long time. He's been clear about that for years, about the abuses we are seeing in South Africa. So this is a priority outlined by the president. The president then direct the State Department and others to implement that priority, and we're seeing the State Department fulfill those executive orders.
Is there a formal
side here? And the false stories that have been perpetrated or that have been bandied around, we all know are not true. They are not a reflection of who we are. We are a peace-loving country, a country that is committed to transformation, to ensuring that the people of our country have a better life, and all of them for that matter, without distinguishing whether this one is black, this one is white. It's all South Africans, as set out in the Freedom Charter, as set out in our own constitution. So we are very clear about that.
Africa against the white.
Well, look, the president, again, has been very clear on this. I refer you to his comments. When it comes to the treatment of the refugees that we saw arrive, that is that same standard in statute for refugees. Yeah, and there were harrowing stories that they told about the treatment that they suffered. So what we are seeing is a problem that has been identified by the president and the State Department fulfilling those executive orders. So again, we have heard these stories that have come through. The refugees there met the same statute for refugees that is uniform and standard, and that'll continue to implement the president's priorities.
And we don't want to see people be killed. Now, South Africa leadership is coming to see me, I understand, sometime next week. And, we're supposed to have I guess a G20 meeting there or something, but we're having a G20 meeting. I don't know how we can go unless that situation's taken care of, but it's a genocide that's taking place that you people don't want to write about, but it's a terrible thing that's taking place. And
with him, all those who are offered an opportunity to go to America because there is a genocide against them in South Africa, you are free to go. The borders are opened for racists to leave South Africa. We have no home for racists in South Africa. Our friends will never be United Kingdom. Our friends will never be France. Our friends will never be USA. They were never there for us during difficult time. Palestine.
And really fear for their lives in South Africa. They were really subject to very serious, egregious, and targeted threats. And we wish them well in their journey of the United States. We underscored for them that the American people are a welcoming and generous people.
First of all, I just want to thank President Trump, Secretary Noem, for the opportunity to come down here and welcome these folks from South Africa. I also am very grateful for Deputy Secretary Landau. We do a lot of work together to try to further the objectives of the president, and this has been a very important day. It was great to greet these folks that came in, to hear their stories, to hear what they've been through. This is a real situation. These people have went through a lot of stuff, and we're just grateful to have them in the U.S. As many of us know,
very well.